All right, so one of the things that's, again, a little bit different from the way that we're approaching this is I'm not having you guys sketch the graph necessarily, but sketching it is helpful. And so even though you're not turning the sketch in anywhere, when you sketch this, it is a helpful thing, and it's a pretty easy sketch. And when you sketch the graph, simply plot your vertex first. So our vertex is the point hk. So h is whatever value of x you need to get a 0 inside this expression. So the vertex has an x-coordinate of 0. And then k is just whatever this vertical shift is. So 0, 2 is our vertex. And now when you look at a, once you find your vertex, you look at the slope, this factor out front. Is it positive or negative? Positive. So is our graph opening up or down? So the graph is going to open. Positive is up. And the slope is 3, so we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1 in each direction. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, and over 1 in each direction. Now, is our line going to be solid or dashed? Okay, there's no equal to, so it's a dashed line. So this is what my graph is going to look like. And then finally, the shading of it. Y's are less than the y's in this graph. Okay, so that's what this represents. So where are the y's less than the y's on this dashed line? Above it or below it? It's below, right? So less than is below. So this is what our graph looks like. Now you can answer all the different questions. Okay? The y-intercept is 0, 2. Now, in this particular case, the y-intercept can be found visually, easily, because it happens to be our vertex. But if you're doing this manually, remember the y-intercept is whatever the coordinate for y is when x is 0. So if you plug in a 0, take your inequality and turn it into an equation, and just plug in a 0. When you do that, 3 times 0 is 0, plus 2 gives you a y-intercept of 0, 2. The same process is used to find your x-intercept, except this time the 0 is your y-coordinate. So if we take our equation here and let y be 0, and then we solve for x, we'll get our x-intercepts. So if we subtract a 2 from both sides, divide by 3, and you get negative 2/3 is equal to absolute value of x. So here's an inconsistency, right? Absolute value of x means it's a non-negative value. It can be 0 or a positive value. So can it ever equal a negative 2/3? No. So this doesn't even exist. There is no x-intercept. Now, could you tell that from the graph? Yeah, when you look at this graph, the vertex is above the x-axis and the graph opens up. So it's never going to turn back around and come back and cross that x-axis.